The Lord is I shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh I lie down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water them. Him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I RASTA go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Uno prepare a table before I in the presence of our enemy them. Uno anointed I head with no oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of I Ivan. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah, kadama we go ma be a tela e higzag beer. Tana istalena ba shante 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 shante. Kadama we go ma be a tela e. Where two and three meeting at the name of the Most High Jah. That's so Jaja de. If Jaja never build up your house, the builder I go build it in the vain same way. If Jaja never watch upon them, same house will build to you. The watchman I go watch it in vain. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it and them is safe. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. And I give thanks. And I give thanks. And I give thanks. So bolisa. I don't know what all. It was sickly for. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Black Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes, and sizes. Oh, aromas and flavors. Put aside all their differences, relocating into the black pot to be subjected to some amount of heating, and then they produce food in the aftermath. Now, ironically, the food is not even eaten by the black pot. Neither is it eaten by the ingredients. It is eaten by us. Yet every time, the black pot and the ingredients will rise to the occasion, producing sumptuous food, nutritious food for the benefit of the eaters, and not necessarily for their own benefit. What lesson can we draw from this? A lesson of selflessness? How many of us think that all lazy people are poor and all poor people are lazy? How many people believe that it's by a dint of hard work? It's by virtue of the fact that they work so hard, that is why they have wealth. How many of us believe that once we have it, we have to eat it all and forget about tomorrow? After all, tomorrow shall take care of itself. How many of us believe that we don't have to think about tomorrow? Do you think about tomorrow? Do you think seasonally? Do you think yearly? How far do you think into the generations? Is it 1 year, then plant maize? Is it 10 years, plant trees? Is it perpetually? Then plant human beings. When we plant human beings, we have human resources that last the whole generation and even more. This is the black pot, aka Kukushonamo. Remember, no nation would ever develop without sacrifice. And to be a generational thinker, you must be a man of sacrifice. How can you be thinking generationally when you can't sacrifice? There are some things we have come to meet, and we would have to leave them purposely for the next generation. That is sacrifice. It's like a farmer who decides to leave his piece of land fallow, sacrificing not to plant and harvest, but to keep it so it can regain its strength. It can regain its nutrients. This is what we're talking about. This is the black pot, and we never take you for granted. On this show, it's a show of the mindset. If the average African mindset is right, every other thing will be righted. People will build schools, roads and hospitals without waiting for the government to come and build those for them. If the African mindset is righted, Africa will be paradise, better than the Garden of Eden. It's because of lack of patriotism, no loyalty, and the bad mindset. That is why Africa is where it is. This is the show that deals with the mindset. And I want to say thank you so much. We never take your time for granted. We're going to run it very quick. It's going to last 60 minutes and we are done. In this edition, we shall also take your messages live. So make sure you have your messages coming in. We are live on YouTube. Blakk Empire Media is our channel. Make sure you subscribe to our channel and click on the notification bell so that each time we come on live, Monday to Friday, 5 p.m. sharp, you would be reminded or notified so you can watch this show that you love so much. Do me a favor. Please share this broadcast so many other people can see it. We are supported by ISIT, ISIT, which simply means in spirit, in truth. Now, is your regular social media platform that negative? Nudity, violence, racism? Why are you still on it? Leave it and jump ships and come over to ISIT. Oh yes, with ISIT we are all positive. Listen, ISIT is that social media app that has been built and well planned by Ghanaian engineers right there in America. What can you do with ISIT? You can go live. You can make audio and video calls. At the same time, you can also upload your videos and photos. You meet positive people online. On ISIT, there's no negativity because any negative thing that is about to pop up, we have powerful algorithms that suppress that and that never comes out. You can download this from Google Play and App Store for free and be part of the ISITers. Oh yes. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushodomo. And here we speak truth to power. We are also supported by the kind courtesy of Le Shrine. Now, when we talk about Le Shrine, we're talking about that executive club right there inside La Boma Beach at La. It's so beautiful, 100% African. Just look at the pictures. They have a sexy swimming pool and a mini hotel where you can have your rest and enjoy the sea breeze. Now you can jump into the sea, the Atlantic Ocean, and bath in all the salty waters of the ocean. When you are tired and you want some fresh water, come into the sexy swimming pool. Now on Mondays, they have what is known as karaoke night and adult night. And this is when we have all the pretty ladies around who come and have fun. And men also come around with the aim that they'll be able to pick up some beautiful flowers. And of course, take them to the altar and marry them. My God have mercy. On Wednesday, we have the reggae night where music is playing, reggae music on the beach. Reggae on the beach. Blakk Santino and friends. Oh, making sure that every Wednesday is reggae night. Thanks so much to Blakk Santino. Right now in Ghana, we know when it comes to Wednesday, all the beaches are flooded with reggae music. Oh my God, such a wonderful fellow. He's right there at Le Shrine. He's a veteran. And then we also have Sunday night, and that is for ladies. We call that special ladies night. All the ladies are there. Men come around. Women come in for free. So what are you waiting for? It's adult entertainment. Remember, on Mondays and Sundays, don't go with your children. It's 100% adult, X-rated entertainment. All tourists go there. If you come to Accra and you have not been to Le Shrine, then you are not in Accra. This is the Blakk Pot. And you can also have your private beach parties at Le Shrine. Yes, you can do that. Make sure that you call them on 0203 5050 or 0204 5050 or 0205 5050 or 0206 5050. Le Shrine. And at Le Shrine, we say anything you want to see, come and see that for yourself. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, and here we speak truth to power. Today we have 5 important issues we want to look at. Number 1, keep your comments coming. Watch me. Akufo-Addo The Kejetia Pickpocket. Who is a Kejetia Pickpocket? We all know Kejetia is right there in Kumasi. And that is the mother of all activities when it comes to markets in Ghana. It is the biggest market in Ghana. Bigger than Makola market. Bigger than Okanshi market. bigger than Tamale Market, bigger than the Bolgatanga Market. We are proud of Kejetia. But how do pickpockets in Kejetia look like? Now, the MP for Asawase, which itself is located in Kumasi, will tell us better. This is the man. He's called Muntaka Mubarak. How many of us remember him and recognize him? This was the man who spent money buying chichinga for the Black Stars. This was the same man who paid money to juju men and malams to pray for the Black Stars team to go and win. And when they asked to audit his accounts, he wrote all these things inside. Should I tell you another thing? This is the same man, Muntaka Mubarak, who in Ghana cartoons, you see him holding a big chichinga like that. You know? And he was the one, Alban Bagbin, accused of taking his secretary out on a certain romantic spree. Ghana is interesting. Come here! Watch me. He's a very positive man. I like him. That's just to introduce to you what Ghanaians know him for. Chichinga, Alban Bagbin secretary, and fees for malams to pray for the Black Stars. Akufo-Addo is like a Kejetia Pickpocket whose only aim is to steal from others. And this is Muntaka speaking, taken from Ghana Web. The member of parliament for Asawase constituency, Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak, has described President Akufo-Addo as a Kejetia Pickpocket whose only aim is to steal from others. The MP, who has been very vocal on issues of corruption in the current administration, has observed that the Akufo-Addo-led government has done nothing but milk the country in unimaginable ways. According to him, the many scandals of corruption in the corridors of power could be attributed to the president's ineffectiveness in investigating and punishing those involved. Muntaka said this during an exclusive interview with Prince Ade on Kumasi-based Otek 102.9 FM's afternoon political show, Jabrim, on Friday, August 18, 2023. The MP was worried that the series of corruption scandals had received little or no attention from the president, adding, President Akufo-Addo must be up and doing and carefully probe into issues of corruption, which continue to be a bane in our economic emancipation as a people. Talking about the public purse, President Akufo-Addo has done nothing to protect the public purse. He's rather acting like a Kejetia pickpocket who wouldn't mind breaking the purse while stealing from it. He said, it was our time in office as the NDC government when my colleague, a deputy minister, Victoria Hammer, dreamed of getting $1 million, but she was sacked immediately when this issue of her dreaming came to public. But we have government appointees accused of stealing huge sums of money from the state, yet nothing has been done about it. The outspoken MP emphasized that corruption will continue to drag the country down if Ghanaians fail to vote out the NPP government. Dash it away. Find me a photograph of Victoria Hammer. You see, Muntaka is saying nothing but the truth. In fact, so he has told us who the Kejetia Pickpocket is. The Kejetia Pickpocket is a man who will not only steal from the purse, but he will break the purse as well. He will not only steal from the coffers, he will break the coffers as well. What does it mean? He's a vandal thief. Destroy and rob and go away. My brother, my sister, it might sound funny, but in the days of the NDC, when Mubarak was a minister of state, sports minister, in fact, things happened. In the days of the NDC, there was a woman by name Victoria Hammer. Very curvy, very beautiful. In fact, I worked with her at Multimedia. And anytime she came passing by, we stopped whatever we're doing to catch a glimpse of beautiful nature. Please get me a curvy photograph, not this one. No one will see the curves here. This is Victoria Hammer. See? She was made a minister of state in the Mahama era, in the name of, oh, let women be part of the whole political thing. Many of us knew she was not qualified. She was not matured upstairs. And when she came into power, she showed her arrogance. Number one, we all saw how she went to a certain briefing, press conference. And when her assistant brought the paper before her, she started reading. And then she said, but this is not the speech that I edited. And then she threw it in the face of the assistant and told the press conference that she was now trying to do an extempore speech. Was there the need for that? When you are not matured upstairs, that's when some of these things happen. You have approached the people. You are talking to a press conference. You realize that the speech that you edited is not the same speech. That is why you have to read through the speech before you come there. You might not have 100% press conference, but at least you'll be able to hit on some of the salient points and issues. She threw it away and tried to go extempore. Created a whole big scene. Very arrogant woman. This same woman, Victoria Hammer, was caught on tape because of the way she treated the people around her like garbage. In fact, there was even a time that we heard that her own driver has stolen some money from her. Whatever it was, some of those rumors in those days. This is that goddess. Very beautiful, arrogant goddess. That's her, Victoria Hammer. Very pretty. Is she not pretty? My brother, my sister, watch this. Some people think by just going to school, then you are matured upstairs. No. In fact, the worm, that is called the bookworm, would have been the wisest on earth, right? Watch me now. Victoria Hammer was caught on tape and recorded by the same people she treated as garbage. Talking to somebody on phone, saying, me, I'm only in politics to get $1 million American dollars and I'm out of politics. And when it was blown in the media, President Mahama felt so embarrassed, he quickly had to send her packing. She was sacked. She tried to become an MP, it didn't work. Today, she's sitting somewhere, hoping that the NDC will come into power and probably they will put her somewhere. I will not go against putting her somewhere. Maybe she's learned her lessons, maybe not. But when you see how she's defending herself on social media, it doesn't look like she has learned any lessons. That is my problem with Victoria Hammer. But why am I telling you about Victoria Hammer? It's simple. She was dreaming about $1 million American dollars from politics. How are you going to get that? Stealing it? How much is your salary? Mahama was under pressure and she was sacked. But in Nana Akufo-Addo's government, somebody has the real $1 million American dollars under her bed. More money in rooms in her homes. More money in her bank account. $5 million American dollars and more. And Nana Akufo-Addo, the shameless president we have in this country, I have no respect for him, absolutely. I've lost it. I have all respect for the presidency, no respect for Nana Akufo-Addo. What did he do? He came out boldly to tell us, oh, I know that you shall be exonerated, because you are hardworking. At a time that investigations have just opened. The Hausa people have a saying, and I want to share that with you, about King Barao, Shima Barao Nifa. The friend of a thief is a thief. We will not come out and say that Cecilia Dapa stole the money, but it's marks of corruption. It smells of thievery. It smells of money laundering. And this president, the oversized suit wearing president, would come out and tell everybody, oh, in a love letter to her, in fact, I know you'll be exonerated. Are you taking us for fool? This is the woman. And some other people are trying to play flippant, Paul Anumochiri is playing flippant. You know what it means to say flippant? Somebody who jokes with serious issues. When we are talking about $5 million American dollars sitting in somebody's account. Earlier, he had told us that some ghosts owned part of the money. Cecilia, the past dead brother. Now that we want to find out the source of the money, they are attributing the money to ghosts and extraterrestrial human beings. They are joking with the nation. These are the things that make Niger, Burkina Faso, Mali, and the rest go gaga. How can you take the people for food? You just gave people unprofessional haircuts. Old men and women, ex-servicemen who should have their peace. A lot of them have died because you took them through very serious hardships. And somebody had 5 million sitting in her account. Millions more under her bed. And you come and be talking to us about Anwamu. How she's the best Anwamu cook. And how the money belonged to her dead brother. You are joking with us. My brother, my sister, the dirty president Nana Akufo-Addo rather said that this woman shall be exonerated. In the days of Mahama, it was only $1 million American dollars. They sacked this woman. She's still struggling to come to terms with her dismissal. Some arrogant woman. Today, my brother, my sister, it teaches us a big lesson. Don't look at the body, a curvy nature of a woman and think that she has brains. Some of them are coconuts. Don't look at the fluency in the English language, the fluidity of speaking English in a man and think that he has common sense. For all you know, he's carrying a block, stone. My brother, my sister, the Kejetia Pickpocket is that thief who steals from the purse and will not leave the purse alone. He breaks it so that other people cannot come and benefit from other contributions that might come into the purse. Am I making sense? Come here! Listen. Now when you steal from the coffers will still be there. People will struggle and pay money into the coffers again. But because you are wicked and terrible, after stealing from the coffers, you break the coffers so that those coming in cannot even see the coffers, let alone enjoy any money that comes into that. I don't know how many people understand this. Muntaka has spoken deep. He has become president. It's time for him to go. Whoever is coming, we will make sure that you don't find the coffers, let alone pick money from it to develop this nation. We shall finish you. Kejetia Pickpocket. Kejetia Kromfo. Kejetia Ewi. It's sad. I will never call Nana Akufo-Addo thief anywhere. I will never call Cecilia the thief anywhere. But I will ascribe arrogance, nonchalance, and at the same time, non-patriotic acts on these people. To God be the glory. Akufo-Addo, the Kejetia Pickpocket, is here, according to Muntaka Mubarak. What do you think? Keep your comments coming. This nation must develop. It can only develop when people are patriotic and selfless. In the days of Kwame Nkrumah, we did not only have people staying in the country and being encouraged to make babies. We had people coming from the diaspora, learned people, intellectuals, coming in to help with their brains. It was only Kwame Nkrumah who became president. And we had music coming all the way from Trinidad and Tobago, talking about Ghana and the Independence Day. From that time, no other president. We had great people coming into this nation. Marcus Garvey was looking up to Ghana. And much more. In fact, we had great leaders who came and lived in this country, including W.E.B. Du Bois and more. C.L.R. James and the rest all thought about Ghana. They loved Ghana. All because of the Pan-African movement. A movement of selflessness. A movement of total independence. Today, where's Pan-Africanism? Your president is busily wearing suits. Your president is more European than the Europeans. Your president speaks English more than even Shakespeare in his grave. Right now, they judge you by how fluent you are with the English language. That's how it is. That's why we have idiots all over the place. Anybody coming from England and speak, they put them in high positions and they are dumb. They know nothing. The nation continues to go down. To God be the glory. Dash. Next story. Next story we are looking at. And we are attacking it hot. The Bank of Ghana joke. They call it the BOG. It was established in 1957. Kwame Nkrumah's bank, the Bank of Ghana. This is the Bank of Ghana, the central bank. My brother, my sister, they had a very beautiful edifice. All of a sudden, they came to tell us that, oh, they were going to build a new one in its place. And they were going to spend about 250 million Ghana cedis on that building. And you know the reason they gave? You know the reason they gave? From one reason to the other. Come here! Watch me. He says the entire Accra is earthquake prone. Bank of Ghana's excuse is ridiculous. In fact, and this is coming from Bernard Mona. This is Bernard Mona. He's an Nkrumahist. He's a brethren of mine. I know him quite well. Oh, yes, I do. Now, Addison is supposed to be the boss of the Bank of Ghana. That's him. When they put him in there, we praised him on this show because we said he has brains. Maybe his brains have left him now. Or intentionally, they have brains, but they don't want to use that. This is Addison. My brother, he's well educated. He's supposed to know his work very well. But what excuse has he given for the new building at the time that Ghana is broke? Watch it. A leading member of the pressure group, Arise Ghana, Bernard Mona, has described the Bank of Ghana's excuse for building a new head office as ridiculous. According to him, the explanation that the office is in an earthquake-prone area does not hold water. He added that most areas in the capital are earthquake-prone. And so that excuse is not justifiable. If you listen to the governor of the Bank of Ghana, he said the location of the central bank is earthquake prone and so it should be removed. City FM, Parliament, our superior courts, and the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park are all located in an earthquake prone area. The entire Accra is earthquake prone. Ghana Commercial Bank is directly opposite the central bank. He was quoted by citynewsroom.com as saying, watch it. Bernard Mona further elaborated on the fact that there are other buildings in the same jurisdiction as the current Bank of Ghana head office, which, based on the central bank justification, are also at risk. We have the biggest market in Accra called Makola, of which all these institutions are within the central bank enclave. If it's about an earthquake area, then the suggestion is that let's evacuate all other buildings. In fact, what it will mean is that we will take our capital from Accra. If you make these arguments, which are flimsy, of which you are spending the money, I think that it doesn't sit well with anyone. Dash it away. So you see, we have to build and relocate into that new building because where the Bank of Ghana is right now is earthquake prone. My brother, it's sad. Go to McCarthy Hill. In Ghana, that was the only place that was earmarked for earthquake in the days. It was one of the places that we had an earthquake in and 1 or 2 people died in the days. So when you talk about McCarthy Hill, everybody talks about earthquake. When they ask you, where do you live? I say, McCarthy is the earthquake. We don't know the last time we had an earthquake that even killed a fly there. Those who live there, they know that every now and then you hear earth movements. Sometimes photos on the wall might even fall at McCarthy. But when you come out and you are talking about it, People in Adabraka are also telling you the same thing, that they also felt the same earth tremor. People in Kokrobite are also talking about Eburi. So it looks like the whole of Accra is actually earthquake prone. I don't know about Tamale. I don't know about Boku. I don't know about Bolgatanga. But I do know that in Accra and some other areas in Kasua, that's the central region, and even the eastern region, they are all prone to earthquake. So if you say you are relocating the Bank of Ghana building from the old one into a new one, constructing it at the cost of about 250 million Ghana cedis, then it means that you are seeing the lives of the workers of the Bank of Ghana to be more important than the lives of all the people who are in that earthquake enclave. How many people understand? Opposite the bank is the bank of is the commercial bank. How about the commercial bank? Should it relocate? How about the Makola market? Should we relocate? The people at McCarthy Hill, do you value their lives? Should they all relocate? Go to McCarthy Hill, people are still building. And they get the papers from the Lands Commission, the government. They allow them to build. Go to all those areas. The government is still allowing people to legally build. Is it that the government is not aware that those are earthquake areas? Since when did the Bank of Ghana become meteorological center? Let us hear from the meteo people, meteorological services. Let them come and tell us that this is an earthquake zone and that the epicenter is directly under the Bank of Ghana. Therefore, when there's an earthquake, the Bank of Ghana blows into the air and those around it are not too affected. Then we understand why the Bank of Ghana should relocate. How many people understand this? It's terrible. When people want to blow money foolishly, they do what Addison is doing. After printing so much money without common sense, running this country into an unprecedented 44% inflation rate. Even countries that have gone through coup d'etats, Mali, Niger, Burkina, they don't have that level of inflation. Then why don't we just have a coup so that our inflation would come down? I'm asking, it's tongue in cheek. I'm speaking tongue in cheek. If countries that have gone through coup d'etats have inflation far lower than the inflation of Ghana, would somebody not just say that? Then why wouldn't Ghana go through a coup as well? Of course, we don't want to hear about coups. Ghana is the beacon of West Africa. Ghana is the gateway to Africa. We have to set good examples. So we don't want to hear about coups. We will not support any coup. But my brother, when you push the people too much towards the wall, they will be forced to fight back. That is very true. Let us be very careful. The Bank of Ghana is fooling. Mr. President is misbehaving. In fact, even the Minister of Education, find me his photograph, Opon Kroma. He's gone into hiding. When was the last time you heard about Opon Kroma? He's hiding. He's so embarrassed by this government. That guy is a smart dude. He realized that they have disgraced him. Every now and then he would have to come out and defend scandals. Now he's saying enough is enough. Nana Akufo-Addo has decided to move one district, one factory into 1 week, one scandal. Every week we have a scandal in this country. This is Opon Kroma. I worked with him at Multimedia. Oh, yes. He's the Minister of Information. I believe he has presidential ambitions for the future. If he follows Nana Akufo-Addo, he will never become popular in Ghanaian politics. They turn this guy into just anything. He will come and defend it with heavy English. The people got fed up with him. Now he's also decided to stay back. And they pushed a stooge like Paul Adum Ochre to come out and defend Anwamu. and dead people's money. What a shame. Dash it away. When we return, my brother, my sister, we have more for you, and we would also be reading your messages. Wayo!
Blackpot, Coco Show.
This is the Blakk Pot, aka Coco Show, number where we speak truth to power. It's all about our people, our country, our land, our continent, and of course, it's all about the welfare of everybody. I'm fighting for my children. I'm fighting for my children's children. I'm fighting for your children and your children's children. My brother, my sister, the only way our nation will develop is when we speak truth to power and let them understand that they are not gods and goddesses. If persuasion fails, we must use force. Yes, that's what it is. By whatever means, our country must be liberated. Our continent must be liberated. Our people must be liberated. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Coco Show. Remember to continue sharing the broadcast. Make sure many more people get to feel the vibe. This is it. Most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube channel and do business with us too. This is what it is. Next story, my youth. Touch it. It says what? China opens new gun markets in Africa. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hey. 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 China has come to Africa, and China has opened a lot of gun markets using the company known as Norinco. Come here. What did I say? Norinco. Chinese weapons supplier, Norinco, expands influence in West Africa, challenging Russia and France. And that is the summary of the whole story. It says Norinco has opened a new sales office in Senegalese capital, Dakar, as it seeks to increase its reach in Africa. 2. Russian sanctions and growing anti-French sentiment has left a gap in the market for the supply of arms and other military products. Leave it there. This is enough. Why did they go to Senegal? Because Senegal is peaceful. They do not want to go to a place where people will come and vandalize their business and destroy everything. So they will come to a place that is peaceful. From that peaceful area, they supply chaos to the rest of West Africa. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And listen to what China is looking at. Norinco. It says that there's a growing disdain for France. Russia is also fighting France. For that matter, when these two countries are busily fighting, China sneaks in to sell weapons for more bloodshed. The whole of Africa, there's not one gun manufacturing company or factory. Yet guns are most popular in Africa than any other place in the world. I'm telling you that. When a gun is manufactured in America today, the same day to find its way into Ghana. When a weapon is manufactured in China today, same minute it finds its way into Africa. That is why the bloodshed never ends. Hey, I need you to take this story very seriously. I'm going to tell you something that will break your heart. The world is not safe, my brethren. Next time God is going to create me, I will ask him to put me on Mars. I don't want to be on earth. There are so many treacherous souls, wicked people, born to just be bloodthirsty vampires. Run the story. Watch this for yourself. Hey, Kaya Jeme. China is expanding its military and security engagement in West Africa with Chinese state-owned defense conglomerate Norinco opened a sales office in Dakar, Senegal, challenging French and Russian arms suppliers. Now it's a competition to supply bloodshed over Africa. Analysts said China Not Industries Corporation, or Norinco, would use the new office to help expand its military procurement operations in the region, where China has vast economic interests, including in countries such as Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, and Guinea, which have recently been hit by military coups. Now listen, according to defense publication Military Africa, Norinco also aims to set up operations in Mali and Ivory Coast, countries where the Chinese military contractor already has market presence through the sale of arms. It also plans to establish centers for maintenance, repair, and overhaul of vehicles and military equipment in those vast African countries. Norinco already has regional offices in Nigeria, Angola, and South Africa. Early this year, listen, Norinco supplied Senegal with VN2 armored infantry fighting vehicles and other reconnaissance vehicles, according to Military Africa. The Chinese company is also reportedly in discussions with the Senegalese government to supply light weaponry and ammunition for the country's environmental ministry, the publication reported. That's it. Watch me. When you read the story further, you know what it says? It says China is now coming with aid. Listen attentively. It's coming with aid for Africa. And you know what this aid is for? To buy weapons. China now is moving away from giving aid and loans to build roads, bridges, hospitals, and schools, to buying weapons. Come here. China is now giving loans to African countries to buy weapons. And listen to the interesting thing. Millions of American dollars are doled out to African countries. And they insist, this loan we are giving to you, you must use everything to buy weapons from us. It's like you come to me and you want a loan to buy food. And I say, well, I'm giving you the loan, but you must buy all the food from me. Gobe. Whether you want to eat gobe or not, you must eat gobe. It's slavery. It's wickedness. I don't know who invented the gun. I know by now he's in hell. Satan is sodomizing him. This is what they are doing to us. They are bringing guns to turn Africa into worse war zones. Look what they did to Jamaica. Right now, every Jamaican youth has a gun. Look what they did to Lebanon. Look what they did. Go to Israel. Women play with guns. Go to Palestine. Even 4-year-olds are taught how to fire guns. These are war zones. Do we want that here? My brother, we absolutely don't want this. China is not going to come here with improved grains for us to plant and make more food in Africa. America is not going to come here and force factories on us to produce our own cocoa beans and whatever. They will come with things that will make us feud and fight each other, so they come behind us and steal what we have. I promise you one thing. If I continue talking about this, I'm going to shed tears. For that matter, dash it. When we return, we shall read your letters. Yes, your messages will come on. Wayo!
Are you in Accra? Are you looking for an experience that will live with you forever? Come with me to Lake Shrine, where you see anything you want to see. What do you want to eat, continental or local? Lake Shrine has a mini hotel fitted with a swimming pool that is so sexy and will leave you with a sweet experience. Lake Shrine has a nightclub, top of the class for VVIP and more. On Mondays, we have karaoke and adult parties. Wednesdays, reggae night. Sundays, special ladies night. We also have live reggae concerts at Lake Shrine. Anything you want to see, be here to see it yourself. We are located at La Boma Beach, where the Atlantic Ocean's water serenade Lake Shrine. Call us on 0203 5050 or 0204 5050 or 0205 5050 0206 5050. Visit our website at Lake Shrine and see more. Lake Shrine, anything you want to see, be here to see it yourself.
Blackpot, Coco Show, man.
This is the Black Pot, aka Coco Shoneman. Here we speak truth to power. Yes. Remember, our numbers are rolling on the screen. Pick the numbers up. Hit us up with your business. Yeah? We want to do business with you. No two ways about them thing, man. Now let's look at your messages. Jata says, Akwaba, Father. Blessed Lord, my brother. Henyo Raphael says, watching you live from London. Brother, keep up the fire burning. Blessed love. James Williams says, please like. He's saying that like the show and of course share the broadcast. Thank you so much. Paul says, welcome on board Africa's hero, Blakk Rasta, watching from the Upper East region and the city of Navrongo. Thank you so much. Duabil Ibrahim says, Blakk Rasta, more fire. Thank you so much. And Musa Jawad said, I missed this show yesterday. I came back from school to watch and I fell asleep. I am not missing this again. Blessed love. Disheba says, good afternoon, Brother Blakk. I am ready to listen with consciousness. Thank you so much. We never ever take you for granted. Benjamin Achu says, word. And Paul says, Ajekum. John Paul, right? Watching you from the Upper East, Navrongo. Okay, it's Paul Ayekukem. Paul Ayekukem John Paul. Ayekukem John Paul. That's his full name. Ayekukem John Paul. Watching you from the Upper East region, Navrongo. Salute you, boss. And man loves you very much. Man love you too. Blessed love. We are Petrina Otu. She says, greetings, Blakk Rasta. Always a pleasure to join you on radio and on YouTube. Jah bless and keep you. Blessed love, guidance, and protections, my brethren. Kwame Kiss says, Blakk, I really like your show. Keep the fire blazing. Blessed love. Duabil Ibrahim says, good afternoon, Blakk. We like you too much. I love you too. Olivius Winzy says, hello, Black Rasta. When I start talking like you, a lot of people hate me. Some are even threatening me. Well, when you continue talking like that, they will stop. When I started, it was like that. People don't like the truth. But when you stand by the truth, they will get to know your character. The character of the snake is to bite. So when the snake bites you, nobody's surprised. The cow doesn't bite. When it starts biting, people are like, woo! What is this? I'm speaking tongue in cheek. But pray as well, because enemies will come. Musa Jawad says, please, Black Rasta, stop talking about this Akufo-Addo again. He's badder than bad. This great show deserves nothing but, this man deserves nothing but humiliation. Well, he has said it. He's tired of hearing about Nana Akufo-Addo. And he just wants to hear something new. That's all he's saying. Musa Jawad says, I wonder how much the next president will come and meet in the country's account for development. We've been told already that this is Kejetia Pickpocket. The coffers, the account is not even there. It's gone. It's been broken. That's what it means. Vincent Ayore Apuko says Ghana is doomed. Well, we have to come in as angels and make sure that we turn it from its doomsified nature into a proper Garden of Eden. Soleji Mawena says, good evening, Black Rasta. Hey, Africa. Sweet Smile says, I feel sorry for JM because once he gets elected into office, he won't be able to develop this country. Nana also and his cronies have also stolen everything from this country's coffers from Rahman Tamale. Well, Goswe Jata says, Black, please, citizen, have we done anything wrong to our President Akufo-Addo? It's just arrogance. Jata says, those who have cats and dogs even think about how to feed them. That's true. Paul Skibo says, respect, Black Rasta. The other day, a brethren of mine in my area wanted to travel and he wanted to bring his dog to me. And I told him, I don't really fancy dogs and cats and all that. If I'll keep any pet at all, I would rather love to keep a bird. But the bird should be free to fly in and out anytime. I don't like holding animals. 2 weeks later, he came back to me and said, Black, the problem is that I'm not traveling. I can't feed this dog. I want you to feed that dog. My God. Paul Skibo says, respect, Black Rasta. Karim Sadat Aduku says, good evening, Black Rasta. If it has to be, then it's on us. It's onto us. It's time we love the country more than our so-called personal interests. That's what we've been preaching. Tina Ray says, good evening, Black Rasta. Watching live from London. God richly bless you, my dear. God richly bless you to Tina Ray. Love and respect. I'll be in London anytime soon. If I happen to be where you are, we will certainly meet and break bread. William Agbedo says, greetings, family. I salute you, Black, guide and protect you, brethren. Blessed love. Ekene Okoli says, Black Rasta, may God help us out from these wicked leaders. Blessed love. So Ghana is talking. Next story. Watch it. Watch it. Watch this story well. OSAFO MAAFO questions Christianity. This is OSAFO MAAFO. One of the people who helped this country go down the drain. There was a time he wanted to be president of this nation. He is the president's chief advisor. He should be ashamed that everybody has gone against the president. Nobody wants to hear about this president. And he's happy that he's the president's advisor. If you are the teacher of a student who is dumb, the teacher of a student who is not doing well, if you are a mechanic who has apprentices who are not doing well, you should be ashamed. This is the man responsible for advising the president of Ghana. This man. Anytime I talk about him, I bring a lot of things around him. Today I'm going to avoid that. OSAFO MAAFO. He has his children in key positions. He uses political presence and power to push his children into key positions, including Ejapa. One of his sons was it's terrible what this country is. He's questioning Christianity. We are 72% Christians. That's in Ghana. Yet, corruption growing from bad to worse. Senior Presidential Advisor, OSAFO MAAFO, has bemoaned that corruption is growing from bad to worse in the country, which calls for retrospection by the church and government to find practical solutions to reschedule the menace. In fact, to reduce the menace. Look at it. Religion in Ghana. Watch it. Christianity is 71.3%. Islam is only about 20% in this country. Traditional faith, 3.2%. People who don't believe in religion at all, 1.1%. And others who are like, what are you really talking about? He's a Muslim when he meets Muslims. He's a Christian when he meets Christians. They are also there. That is what it is in the nation. 72%. So he's right. My brother, my sister. And what is he saying? Look at the third paragraph. If there is that much decay in our body politics, the Christian community has a role to play. 72% of the population is Christian. So what kind of message do we continuously give to that population of the country? What kind of moral? Dash it. You see, the church is supposed to play a role in morality. You want to hear it? The church is supposed to play a role in morality. But we see pastors who drive big cars. And you know what happens? They drive huge cars. And on the way to church, come here, going to church. They meet church members and they tell them, hurry up and come to church. The sermon will start soon. They will never pick them up. They have the money to buy buses for the church. They won't. They are milking the church members. We see that every now and then. People have lost interest in religion, all because of religious people. Some people will look at your life and see how religion has made you prosperous. And that is enough testimony to make them join you. But when they see your thievery, I go to the prison every year on Bob Marley Day to play for prisoners. And when I go in there, 90% of all the prisoners are Christian. Only a small percentage Muslim. Yet, in Ghana, we see Muslims as more criminal. They are violent. They are thieves. A lot of them just don't care. They use drugs. And they point at places like Nima. They point at places like Shukura. Yet when you go to the prison houses, it's Christians. Some of them are catechists. Some of them are evangelists. They are in jail. It means Christianity has failed. How are you teaching your Christianity? You remember I told you time and again on this show, if we had even 5 minutes at every church sitting to remind the church the national anthem and the pledge and let them understand that properly. Bold to defend the cause of freedom and of rights. Fill our hearts with true humility. Make us cherish fearless honesty. That kills me. Let's cherish fearless honesty. Be honest no matter what. Hi! If 20% of Ghanaians will abide by this, Ghana will be heaven. It will be the next capital of the world. Honesty is dead in this country. We are not honest to our wives, not honest to our children, not even honest to ourselves. What OSAFO MAAFO is saying is true. But look at the man himself. He's a Christian, isn't he? He says in his house he lives like a Methodist, whatever. He has pushed his children into key positions in government using political power. We all remember of Kroll and Associates, that terrible scandal. He was one of those that forced the Auditor General out of office because he wanted to make sure that things were right. Honesty. See who is talking about Christianity failing. Dash. Next story. I'm looking at the next story and I'm done. This one says what? Nigeria's NAIRA recovers as AFROBEATS beats competition. This is the Nigerian NAIRA. It was counted as the weakest currency in the world. Nigeria removed from list of weakest currencies in the world. NAIRA removed from list of weakest currencies in the world as Nigeria's currency trades 739 naira against $1 US. This is the NAIRA. Some time ago, the NAIRA was so powerful. There was a time when NAIRA was equivalent to $1, but because of corruption and dirty leaders, the NAIRA lost grounds. Nigeria has oil, he has gold, he has diamond, he has so much human resources. The most populous nation in Africa. Yet because of wicked, dirty leaders, corruption has become the middle name of this beautiful country. Nnamdi Azikiwe. Queen Amina of Zaria. And all those wonderful people. And in present day Nigeria, we still have Wole Soyinka. All those powerful people, anti-corruption crusaders. Great people in Nigeria. When I go to Nigeria, I feel so much at home. Corruption. It looks like most Nigerians are kleptomaniacs. They just want to steal. Because they are learning from their politicians. And they call that smartness. My brother, they listen to the IMF and the World Bank, devalue their currency over and over until it became a toilet paper. I remember in those days when Nigeria's NAIRA was $1:1. In Nigeria, they used beer to wash their hands after eating. There was no time to get a bottle of water. Beer. I saw Nigeria in those days. Today, look at where Nigeria is. But Nigeria is coming up again. It's coming up. The leaders are beginning to stand up. The youth are beginning to stand up. Nigeria is trying to become more and more positive. We all remember how England, there was an African meeting of world leaders. Nigeria was going there. And what did the Prime Minister at that time tell the Queen of England? The most corrupt president is here. He's the president of a corrupt nation. It's a shame. My brother, Nigeria is picking up again. Never say die until the bones are rotten. That's Accra has of phobia. Nigeria, we encourage you to move. You have everything it takes. And Afrobeat is putting Nigeria on a huge pedestal. You know Ashake? Sungbalagbalagbala Sungba. That's Ashake. Ashake has been in the music industry for just 3 years. He's gone to fill the O2 Arena. Was it the O2? 20,000 people in London. And he's put a lot of pressure on Ghanaian artists who have been there for the past 30 years, like some of us. Ghanaians drag Shatawale, Sarkodie, Stone Boy, as Ashake fills O2 Arena. 20,000. Run the story. This is from the Chronicle. And what does it say? Shatawale, Stone Boy, and Sarkodie, and other top artists in Ghana have faced serious backlash after their Nigerian colleagues Ashake filled the O2 Arena in the UK. Ahmed Oluade, popularly known as Ashake. Oh, okay. On Sunday night, made history as the first Nigerian newbie to sell out the 20,000 capacity O2 Arena in London, United Kingdom. And Mr. Money Crooner made a grand entrance as he arrived on stage in an helicopter, and wild cheers from the fans greeted him. He performed a medley of songs from his debut album, Mr. Money with the Vibe, and his sophomore project, Work of Art. He also brought out the YBNL record label mate, Fireboy DML, Lil Kesh, and a host of others. Ashake now joins Wizkid, Davido, and Burna Boy on the roll call of Nigerian artists that have sold out the O2 Arena. No Ghanaian has done it yet. No. Not even from Crane to Crane. Not yet. But must it be the O2 Arena? Maybe Ghanaians are also feeling stadia that take more than 20,000. Must it be in England? It's important, isn't it? You have your people, so go out there and see if you can win more souls to your music. So it's important. Reacting to this, some Ghanaians decided to bash artists in Ghana for not reaching the same level, despite their level of experience in the music industry. Shatta Wale tweeted, Nigerians are making Ghana music look like feeding bottle compared to Hennessy bottle. Congrats to Ashake. Man, they run the place. Some Ghana man say, how do they do? Do they do it? When you stop judging people here like you are angels, I think we can get the formula. Nigeria is winning big time at people. Well, that's what it is. Look, there was a time in Ghana, if you didn't sing in Tree, nobody would listen to your music. Do you remember? Ghanaians were forced to sing in Tree. Do you remember? Frafra people were forced to sing in Tree. And every music done in Tree was seen as high life. Whether it was reggae, hip-hop is high life. And we made it go. We thought it was, And then a time came when we didn't want to hear any other genre apart from high life. So it made us inward looking. Then a time came when we didn't even want to hear our own. We were tired of our own. We wanted to hear from outside. So you see, Nigeria started a very powerful movement. You know what they did? Play 80% of our music on radio and in the media, and only 20% from outside. Nigerians were also like that. They got to love their own thing. They sing in their own dialects. When even singing in English, they sing pidgin, and it works. They are creative. I don't think Ghanaians are less creative, but a lot of Ghanaians are following what Nigerians are doing because they are refusing to use. So it becomes one way. You can follow the trend, but make sure you are creative within the trend. You listen to Ghanaian music and you think that it's Nigerian. You would always be a photocopy, never the original. You would always have to follow. You can never lead if you are a photocopy. So let us move it. Remember when we told you to play live? A lot of these artists that they mentioned, they don't play live. Hardly do they play live. Apart from Stone Boy, who has tried to play live once in a while. Shatta Wale most of the time doesn't play live. How can you feel the O2? Ashake played live. Ashake played live. When we talk about live, hey, old people get away. Somebody even called me an old man. Then I said, this is gray. Maybe I have to go and die too. I'm only 48. You see what life is doing? You think you can feel O2 with miming? Let's be professional. Somebody even asked me, you played live all this one. Where have you gone with your music? Maybe I don't have what it takes to reach the next level. But if you had played live, you would have reached there. You see how we think. But you have done live all this while. Where have you gone with your music? I don't have what it takes probably to reach the next level. Or maybe my time is not there yet. God moves in mysterious ways. And once we believe in God, we must not move in our own. We should try, but we should not limit it to ourselves. The Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Akufo-Addo. Let's look at your final messages and we'll be done. More messages and we'll be done. In the next 2 minutes we'll be done. Derek Azuma says, Blakk, you are always blessed. Big up yourself too, Derek. Azuma Soleji Mawena says, why in West Africa ECOWAS leaders are doing this to us, right? Okay. And then Mutawakil Adam says, my brother, God bless you. I shed tears listening to you on the Chinese weapon deals in Africa. Keep up, my brother. Blessed love. Paul says from Navrongo says, Blakk, thanks for pronouncing my name correctly. Ayekukem. I love that. Yeah. Stephen Banda says, Blakk, I'm listening to you in my car. I'm now driving home. Oh, okay. Be careful on the road, though. I need you alive. Love and respect. Derek Azuma says, Blakk, you are always blessed. Big up yourself. So Lejima Wena says, okay, well, those are repeated ones. And then we have Stephen Banda who says, I'm listening to you in my car. Tina Ray says, it would be my honor to host you in my house in London. Oh, wow. All right, so you have our number. Get in contact with us. And then when I come to London, certainly I would like to come and be in your house. But are you a male or female? I prefer it if you're a female, you know, so you can cook all my delicacies and all that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Jata says, OSAFO MAAFO, aimless man of our time. My God. Well, my name is Blakk RASTA. I want to say thank you. I appreciate you. I love you. We never take you for granted. Remember to talk to others about this wonderful channel called the Blakk Empire Media. And we do the Blakk Pot, rewiring the mindset of our people. It's been the Blakk Pot. I want to say good afternoon to you, my professor all the way at the University of Central Missouri, Professor Albion Mens. I love you. You know that the Aki Eater all the way in Hartford, Connecticut. Blessed love to my people in Nigeria, Saudi Arabia, all over the globe. I love you and I appreciate you. To God be the glory. Whoa!